write a song that has a feel like Marvin Gaye's Got to Give It Up. Let's write a song like that. But besides the feel, the groove, the instrumentation, with the Latin percussion and the cowbells and things like that, what they lifted was his vibe. And if someone's getting sued to the tune of $7.5 million for lifting a vibe, then, man, everybody's in trouble. Because, I think what they're being sued for was being inspired by Marvin Gaye. And I'm only too happy to see people nailed for stealing. I'm only too happy to see people like Sam Smith get their ass handed to them and have to fork over a quarter of their royalties to someone like Tom Petty. And by the way, I think the Black Keys owe Tom Petty money for Little Black Submarines, which is clearly Last Dance with Mary Jane. And while we're at it, the Red Hot Chili Peppers owe Tom Petty money, again, for Last Dance with Mary Jane, except when they ripped it off, they made it into Danny California. Here's the thing. When people do blatantly lift, I'm all for it. But in this instance, it sets a weird new legal precedent where, as someone who's a bit of a musician that studied music theory, I hear it. I hear that they tried to write a song like Marvin Gaye's Got to Give It Up, that they were inspired by it. But beyond that, the things that you would usually point to and go, hey, that's a ripoff, chord changes, melody, things of that nature, yeah, not so much. It's definitely a weird one. Sets a weird precedent, and I think we're going to be living in a very litigious, lawsuit-happy music world because money's getting harder and harder to make. And when that happens, people scramble for dollars any way they can. Photographers, people that shoot videos, stuff like that, a lot of people just hope that their stuff gets reappropriated and people get sued. Left, right, and center. I think a lot of photographers float their content online in the hopes that some big media conglomerate uses it without permission and they have a hefty lawsuit on their hands. It's easy to catch that stuff. All you got to do is a reverse Google image search and you can find out who's been using your image and you can go after them. And as money gets harder and harder to make, as it does with things like photography and music, look, everybody's got GarageBand. Everyone can crank out things that vaguely sound like records now in the privacy of their own home with a largely free program. As far as being able to take nice pictures go, you can take incredible pictures on your phone, and you don't have to be that much of an artist to make them look that awesome. You don't have to be able to go into a dark room and dodge and burn things and suffer through the indignity of chemicals and risk getting cancer and all of the above to be someone that creates images that are considered art. You just have to have an iPhone and the right filter, and all of a sudden, bazinga. So it devalues the creation of this media, whether it's music or whether it's photography or whether it's film. And because it devalues it, it's much harder to make money doing it. And because it's much harder to make money doing it, cranking out this media, this content, this thing that used to be the bread and butter of artists and musicians and creative types, well, that means because it's harder to make money off of it, people are going to start going after other people that rip off their content left, right, and center. And on one side of the equation, I absolutely believe that creative people that have their work lifted should be entitled to absolutely everything they can get from the person that lifted it. Absolutely. As someone who creates content and has it stolen on a regular basis, I get where you're coming from. I really do. But it does set an awfully weird precedent where I actually don't think that they stole in this particular instance. I tell you what, if Robin Thicke and Pharrell are being sued successfully by Marvin Gaye's estate, Morris Day and the Time better be going after Bruno Mars and Mark Ronson for that Uptown Funk thing with a quickness. There's a lot of money to be had there. My Jungle Love.
He wrote, man, search for meaning between torch and cold and damp. Victor could have just given up and been resigned to his fate, but he used it to write a book that made the world a better place. Bethany Hamilton lost an arm surfing in a shark attack, and what she had to overcome was crazy in the aftermath. Nobody would have blamed her for taking a different path, but she's pro surfing now, so what do you think of that? Helen Keller was an animal caged by being blind, deaf, and mute, but a teacher and soul that never gave up on the truth that what people say is impossible is just their own perception. Taught Helen how to speak and gave her life its direction. And if a woman can go from being considered to be legally an animal to a college grad, activist, symbol of what's possible, don't you think it's true that you might have more to you than whatever people told you you're not smart or strong enough to do? You're giving up on ever being any better than this. You're giving up on the idea that even more exists. Giving up, nothing on earth will end you faster, cause when you lose hope, that's a real disaster. Giving up on ever being any better than this. You're giving up on the idea that even more exists. Giving up, nothing on earth will end you faster, cause when you lose see giving up, cause it's easier to face giving up than not living up to all of the things that you had said you wanted to be, when running away from challenge seems to be so much more easy. Cause man's search for meaning means disbelieving, means not perceiving you're less of being, and you got something to offer that no one can take away. It means not accepting what life hands you every single day, and every way you write a story that just belongs to you. So when asked to write your own story, what you gonna do? When asked to write your own story, what you gonna do? When asked to write your own story, what you gonna do? When asked to write your own story, what you gonna do? When asked to write your own story, what you gonna do?
Catch somebody and be right. Catch somebody and be right. For now.
You're giving up on never being any better than this. You're giving up on the idea that even more exists. Giving up, nothing on earth will end you faster. Cause when you lose hope, that's a real disaster. Giving up on never being any better than this. You're giving up on the idea that even more exists.
Delivering fascinating subjects, interesting talk, and boobs and fart jokes. AD on iHeartRadio.
Yeah, oh, let's go. Talking that mess, better act like you know. Oh, let's go tonight. Walk away, punk, yeah, bitch. That's right, I know this. You're nothing but a punk, bitch. You're nothing but a punk, bitch. So walk away, yeah, yeah. You've been talking about me for a long time, but you're too scared to say what's on your mind.
Funkhouser, did you find the picture of that former porn star, Asia Carrera?
I think so. Utah driver's license there?
Yeah. Do you see what she's wearing on her head?
Oh, look at that. That's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
What she got there on her head there? Is that a
colander. You know, you drain pasta with it.
Yeah, isn't that a religion these days?
Yeah. This is her driver's license photo. Asia Carrera, former porn star. And kind of an interesting case, because isn't she the one that bangs on about being a Mensa member and being a genius and having a really high IQ?
Yep.
I don't know if that's true or not. It might be, but it says that being smart doesn't protect you from having some serious problems. She was busted. She got a DUI with her kid in the car. Not okay. Definitely not okay. But her driver's license photo came out in this, and she's wearing a colander, you know, those things that you drain pasta in, on her head, which is apparently traditional Pastafarian headgear. She apparently has, she said her choice of headgear reflects her religious beliefs in the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster, which is, I know I say I don't poke fun at other people's spirituality, but the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster, yeah. And I think it was supposed to be a joke, like it was a satirical church. But apparently, folks like Asia Carrera, all about it. All about it. To the point where they want their religious beliefs reflected in their driver's license picture, so they wear a colander. They wear a colander on the head. According to the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster, the colander is the official headwear of the movement, and it basically mocks traditional religions. Members call themselves Pastafarians. And I guess this is sort of like a move to say that you're an atheist, you know, sort of saying that religion is stupid and all religions are stupid, and I'm going to express the stupidity of religion by putting a colander on my head and saying this makes as much sense as anything that's in your religious text. But I think you're going one step too far when you have your driver's license picture taken with it. Yeah. I'm going to go out and say it. I don't usually cast aspersions. I try and be understanding. I go, well, you know, it's for them and I don't understand it. And therefore, I'm going to be the bigger person and be like, they must get something out of it that's beyond my realm of comprehension. In this particular case, nope. That's just weird. All right. Let's roll through the rest of the news, Funkhouser.
You got to tell the band. Do we talk about MTV announcing a series of layoffs?
Yep.
A mishap occurred on the set of Pirates of the Caribbean 5.
Yeah, the mishap that they're shooting Pirates of the Caribbean 5. What the hell?
5.
Go on.
The stars of 50 Shades of Grey want a raise for the sequel. They want some more cash.
The writer wants one too. Kidding. Nobody wrote that piece of crap. Go on.
Kristen Stewart will star in Woody Allen's next movie.
So the woman known for nailing directors is working with a director known for nailing younger women? Don't see any trouble there. Go on.
David Hasselhoff has joined the cast of Sharknado 3.
He'll reportedly play an actor who's unaware that he's only famous ironically. Wonder how he's going to celebrate. Probably with floor burgers and booze. Go on.
Kevin Hart played Justin Bieber in a celebrity tennis match.
As usual, Kevin Hart came up a little short.
And Bieber couldn't handle his racket. Charlie Sheen went on a violent expletive-filled rant after he was omitted from the finale of 2.5 Men.
Right. Yeah, I saw that. Also causing Charlie Sheen to go on violent expletive-filled rants, houseplants, kittens, the color blue, and the fact that it's Thursday. What else?
Madonna? She said she's never made a sex tape.
And as a fan of having erections, I, for one, am eternally grateful for it. Thank you, Madonna.
Utah passed a bill that would bring back execution by firing squad.
Well, that ought to take care of all those crazy rumors about Utah being some sort of primitive backwater. Fantastic. I would imagine they only legalize execution by firing squad because they can't find any guillotines. Go on.
Sometimes I have sound effects.
Nice.
Facebook removed its feeling fat emoji.
Although, it being America, most Facebook users can still convey the message that they're feeling fat just by posting their own photo.
The FDA approved powdered alcohol.
You going to be trying that?
Yes, sir. I think.
Sadly, they approved it on the same day that Lindsay Lohan's nasal cavity finally collapsed from cocaine abuse. Oh, so close, so close.
I don't want to be the first one to try it.
Yeah. You might want to get past the beta testing stage on that one.
Bill Clinton has only sent 2 emails in his entire life.
Right. One was to John Glenn. The other to register for his Ashley Madison account. What else?
Billy_C69 is his handle. He says he doesn't send emails.
Well,
Bill
yeah.
Clinton.
I mean, of course Bill Clinton doesn't send emails, only because when he's on his computer, he's way too busy clearing his web browser history.
Tell me again about these cookies.
Oh, God. So, those 2 frat scumbags, they were expelled from Oklahoma University. Did you see the video? Did you catch that? Basically, University of Oklahoma students in the Sigma Alpha Epsilon fraternity were recorded singing, as best as I can tell, "There will never be an N-word at SAE. There will never be an N-word at SAE. You can hang him from a tree, but he'll never sign with me. There will never be an N-word at SAE." Clearly not appropriate. No matter what the context is. Awful, hideous, ugly, moronic, small-minded, putrid, puerile hate speech. And they deserve absolutely everything bad that comes their way. But they've been expelled. Now, this raises a huge First Amendment and due process question. Bear in mind that, I don't know if you remember this story, but this is the same school that welcomed to the football team a guy called Dorial Green Beckham. This is after he was booted from Missouri for burglary and was accused of pushing a woman down a flight of stairs. They're like, hey, come right over. Now, a public university like OU, they can't expel students for speech. Racist speech is basically constitutionally protected. That's part of freedom.